Hello everybody, Toastbomb here. Today we're going to be talking about something that I heard Euphorix mention in one of his videos. He was talking about a pulse armor ability that would allow you to push people away from you. And what I was getting from it would be that it would kind of act similar to the Oracle in Halo 3, that final boss fight, where if you try to get close to him, he'll start doing that pulse thing and it'll push you away and sometimes push you off the edge and you'll fall to your death, which was really annoying. But I think for this to work, it shouldn't quite work quite like that, because that would be a little bit too easy, and having this prolonged period of like constant push would be, again, a little too easy. It'll also, allow you to get people from the sides and the back, and I think that would be a little too powerful. But what I think would be really cool was that if it was a directional force thing, kind of similar to the TF2 Pyro's air blast that he has. And how this thing works is you have this very small portion of the screen where you're aiming. If you use your air blast, that's where it's going to be effective. And it's this very quick burst of air. It's not this prolonged, like, shooting the air out for like a second or two. It's this quick little snap of air. So if someone's really close to you, you can push them away, and it's really effective. And it's pretty hard to do too, because you have to be aiming at them and be right on target right when you click it, because again, it's just this short burst of air. And not only can you push people away from you, but if you're really skilled, you can launch projectiles back at people. So if there's a soldier shooting rockets at you, you can shoot a rocket back at them, and some really skilled players can aim the rocket so it goes right down at the soldier's feet and kills them. You can also do it with other projectiles like the sticky grenades from the demo man and stuff like that. Now if this was in Halo, I think it could be really cool launching rockets back at people, but again, I think it would have to be something that would be this really short just burst. Very short, not even like a quarter of a second long, to make it very hard and skillful to do, to the point where it's not really that hard to push people away from you that's really close, but if there's a fast moving object, like a rocket or a grenade, you could launch that back at people. And this idea, I think, would fit pretty well, because if you think about it, there's a lot of stuff now in Halo 4 that allows you to get really close to people. There's like the hard light shield where you're not going to be taking damage because you're going to be running towards the person, so it allows you to get really close to them. There's the thruster pack where you can just launch right up onto them, get right next to them and beat them down. And then also sprint is there by default, allowing you to get right up on that person instantly. And even though, yeah, when you're shooting them and they're sprinting, they do run a little bit slower, it's faster than their base movement speed, so it still allows them to get to you quicker. So there's a lot of stuff that allows you to get to that person, and you can use those same things to run away, but there's nothing that allows you to directly push those people away and combat that issue. So those are the more practical uses, like pushing somebody away who's going to beat you down and stuff like that. But then you get into the really cool stuff that you could potentially do with this thing, like launching a rocket back at people. Yeah, that's cool, but that's pretty obvious. I think also maybe grenades would be a little more practical because they're slower moving and stuff like that, but still be very skillful. Also couple that with the grenade indicator, and it would help people out a little bit to locate those grenades and push them away from them. But other things that you could do really cool with this would be launching your own grenades, potentially, where you could super launch a grenade across the map. You could see some pretty cool stickies with that, where you could cross map sticky somebody by throwing it but then instantly using your armor ability, or maybe bouncing it off a wall and then shooting it so that it'll get launched and you'll actually have time. I don't know how much recovery there will be after you throw the grenade, if you have to wait for the animation to finish or whatever. That could be pretty cool. And then also you could possibly even use it for stuff like flag running, where you could throw out the flag and then launch it and then do that, which could lead to some pretty awesome strategic ways to run the flag and possibly different routes that you could do, or little cute little things where you could like launch it part way over the map to somebody else or over a wall or something. That could be really cool and interesting, just little things that people could figure out and how to kind of exploit this armor ability to allow them to take their game to the next level. And then also, it kind of not make much sense, but there might be one or two situations that this could be useful in where you could like have a power weapon spawn and you could like launch it towards your teammate or something. That could be pretty cool, but why wouldn't you just pick it up yourself? I don't know. But there could be some pretty awesome things. Ooh, or you could even like, say if you were like fighting for rockets, right? Rockets are on the ground. Your team's gonna go for them, but the other team's just a little bit closer and they're about to pick them up, and you're so close to the rockets and you pulse them away. Oh, to your teammate. Oh, and their teammate picks it up, shoots the rocket. Boom. That could be epic. There could be some really awesome stuff. Man, I'm getting excited about this. Oh, but we don't even know if this is in the game. I really hope it is, because that sounds really cool. Every idea I think of just makes me more and more excited. And you also could do something with like the oddball, but now we know there's actually the whole throw feature with the oddball, so that kind of makes it useless. Ooh, and then it also could be, what if armor ability efficiency for that thing, instead of making it recharge faster, actually makes it more powerful, so you could like launch vehicles and stuff. Like, and then you could have somebody on the back of a mongoose, and then you're driving the mongoose, the person on the back has the pulse, aims towards the ground, and launches you into the air. That could be pretty cool too. Oh, and then maybe you could even possibly, say if you're like against a wall or something like that and you launch it, what if that sort of almost acts as like a rocket jump or a grenade jump where it propels you? So you could kind of even use it sort of as old school Quake style rocket jumping, where you're kind of bouncing off walls and like using the rockets to propel you in different directions. So you could almost use it like a double jump if you're next to a wall, because we know that jetpacks are in the game, so the game's sort of designed around jetpacks. Like the maps are going to keep that sort of stuff in mind, where jetpacks can go and have certain routes for them. So I wonder even if doing something like that would allow you to take some of those jetpack routes or do some little things like that. That could be super cool. Man, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. I really want this thing to be in the game. I hope it is. But unfortunately, I've just gone down this rabbit hole of awesome things, and we don't even know if this thing's in the game, and I'm getting myself way too excited for this thing that we don't even know if it exists, and there's no hint of proof that it does. But man, I gotta stop the video. I gotta stop, because I'm getting myself too excited, and that's just not good. I have to stop thinking of cool things that this thing could do. That's gonna do it. If you have any ideas for this thing that you think could be cool, this random thing that probably doesn't exist but might exist, you can post those in the comments if you have any interesting things. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much do it for this video. This gameplay is not of me. This is GameSpot's gameplay. I have the links always down in this description for gameplays that aren't mine, because I don't know about you, but unfortunately I don't have Halo 4, so I can't record any Halo 4 gameplay, so I'm using other people's, but I post the link in the description. I'm not claiming it's my gameplay or anything like that, and also, so unfortunately I can't like take requests or anything like that on stuff you guys want to see, but if I do see it, I'll make sure to make a video on it. Anyways, yeah, that'll do it for this video. If you liked the video, you can leave a like or a comment. If you really like the video though, you can subscribe, because I post new Halo videos every day. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.
Sniper, we're here now. We will to support you, my friend.
No pressure at all.
All right, so how many rounds come with the sniper rifle?
So he's just 4 in the base clip. It's still, pretty close to the original one. Zoom, we've redone the HUD and some of the timings on it, but it's the Halo sniper rifle, and we're glad to bring it back.
It looks like a tank, man.
It's always been a staple of the game.
I'm interested, like, obviously we can see as far as a tactical loadout, he does not have awareness on, because if he had that on while he's zoomed in, he can still have his radar, correct?
That's right. Yeah, if he had that mod on, he would have seen that. I can't believe how fast you've learned this stuff. It comes together so quickly.
Do you realize who I am?
He's a national champion.
No,
Defeat, that's the third time I've seen that.
Myself, if I'm building a loadout in this game, I would definitely, on these larger maps, be choosing awareness, because I want to be able to have that radar option. Whereas on the closer, you know, obviously it's map to map, your loadouts are going to depend and be so important in how you play and what you should choose.
Absolutely, and that's one of the choices we're giving players with the new loadout system. And we can say there's even more coming to it. This is just what we have for E3, and it's all coming together really well. I'm just stoked about it.